I work from home a lot, so I needed a proper desk. After scouring through several second-hand shops, I found a desktop that was a show model that I really liked, but it didn't have a base. So I made one. The design is pretty simple, and the main challenge was making it come apart so it can actually fit in my car. Cutting the pieces for the legs was fairly straightforward. I still managed to mess it up though, because I forgot to subtract the material thickness for my measurement. So I had to make some adjustments. Welding them together was a bigger challenge, because I needed all the angles to be square. Magnets don't stick to stainless steel, so I grabbed whatever pieces I could find to make sure everything lined up well. I tack welded the pieces together to make sure the steel can't bend out of alignment. Then I made another pass to fully weld them together on both the front and the back. I'm definitely not the best welder, but I did get a lot of practice in when I made those bridge benches, and I have improved a lot. So for this desk I decided to leave the welds as they are. No grinding, no painting, nowhere to hide. I might still have a lot to learn, but I am pretty proud of how far I've come so far. I laid the legs out on the desk and measured how long the cross pieces need to be. I cut 2 of each length, one for under the desktop and one as a stretcher to connect the bottom of the legs. Welding the legs to the cross pieces was again kinda tricky. In the end, the best method seemed to be to use a quick tack weld to hold the pieces together, while still allowing me to bend them and move them around a bit so I can get the positioning right. Adding that stretcher between the legs really pulled everything into alignment, and it provided a lot of extra stability. To allow the frame to be taken apart, I used 3 bolts. The 2 bolts that connect the top just needed holes through both pieces, and that way they can be bolted together with a nut. But that's not gonna work for attaching the stretcher. So I took a page out of Laura's book and welded a nut inside the tubing. It was a bit finicky to do, but I ended up using a long bolt to hold the nut in position while I welded it, and that did the trick. Finally, I added some flanges with holes in them so I can attach the desk to the base. Once I got everything back home, it was time to assemble. I bolted the 2 parts of the frame together and added that 3rd bolt to the stretcher. It's surprising how sturdy this thing is with only 3 bolts. I placed it onto the top and used screws to attach it. Finally, I added some straps so I can attach a power strip underneath the desk. And that's it. I am very pleased with how this came out. The design took some time to figure out, but after that it only took me a day to build, and I like it so much better than the frames you can buy in the store. It's light, it's airy, but it's also very sturdy, and those stretchers make for great footrests. And every time I see those exposed welds, I can't help but feel a little bit proud. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.